my crew. We do what we wanna do. This here might not be for you. This what we wanna be. Up in the sand and the sun. Cannons and guns.
Yo ho ho guys. Alright, so we're rolling out the Hyper Thursday goodness. I know it's a little late, but I've got videos for you guys coming down the pipeline. Thursdays when I post them, Thursdays when it's going down. I missed last Thursday, so let's make it happen. Alright, so my first video is going to be a request on Aisha's, it says basic equipment set, but her secondary set that I made. On the last video I did of Aisha, which I will have in the description if you want to go over, if you actually want to go over that video and see what's going on there, is this equipment set right here, and it is a skill breakdown as well. This video is going to just be about this equipment set, not her specific skill set, except for this one item. So let's get into it. This one will be kind of short, but it'll get the point across. Alright, so the primary deal with this particular item set is it's more defensive, it's more reactionary, but it's not pure defense. So her unique item that I actually use on this one is called Frozen Cape. It gives you attack and defense and cooldown reduction and critical rate. So right there off bat, you know that it's going to be kind of, you know, you're still doing a lot. You're still doing the damage, alright? That's the point of it. So what it does though is it enhances Snowfall Cloak. It decreases the cooldown by 3 seconds and it increases your attack by 5%. Damage from enemies is also decreased by 5% and it increased additional or fixed damage by an additional 5 and reflects 5% of damage from enemies. So this is bouncing the damage that they're doing back to them. The damage they're doing to you back to them. So that's what this item does. And well, the skill itself wraps Aisha in her Snowfall Cloak for 8 seconds. She receives the following effects while the Snowfall Cloak lasts: attack plus 15%, damage taken minus 15%, and damage reflected plus 15. Now this is her at level 20. Remember, that depends on what level you are at the time. The damage reflection is also calculated before being reduced by defense. So the reflection is raw, it's pure, it's delicious. Now this is what the skill looks like. She just puts it on. One thing I want to point out is you can, just like in the previous video I showed you this, again the link will be in the description, you can activate this cloak in the middle of your queue. It does not stop the skill. It doesn't stop it. Now, in addition to that, the only other defensive item I have on here is reactive armor because it goes hand in hand with the cloak. What this does is gives you pure defense, but it reduces damage taken based on defense. 180 or above, the damage reduced is by 10 and it's fixed. 220 or above, the damage is reduced by 15. However, this also reflects 10% of the damage from enemies. So it's another item that reflects damage. More so, it enhances the damage that you are reflecting back at them. That's the wrong item. So now that we have both of those on, I want to show you what this looks like. So I'm gonna change the AI to be on. He's just gonna attack me. I'm not gonna attack back. He'll probably kill me because the damage reflection is not that high. So I'm gonna let him attack me, and I'm gonna put my snow cloak on. So he's just hurting himself. Like, he's hurting me, but he's also hurting himself at the same time. You can see the damage ticking above him, like 1 and 6, 1 and 6, 1 and 6. You might be like, oh, that's not a whole lot. Right, it's not until you actually start doing damage back to him as well. Like, that's when it starts becoming a problem for them. The whole purpose of this particular skill set is to be dishing out damage on top of damage and having defenses there available to you. So while they're attacking you and you're attacking them, you're getting little ticks off of them as well. So that also goes into Plasma Cutter. So Plasma Cutter is an attack plus 10 and defense penetration item, and it also has max mana and the defense penetration. However, while attacking, it inflicts 70 additional damage per second for 3 seconds. So I put this on. Now I'm going to hit him while he's hitting me, and he has a bleed effect on him, right? He's bleeding, so he's taking damage from the bleed, and he's also taking damage from actually attacking me. That's just how that goes. Now, there we go. Now then, we're moving on. So the next, of course, my shoes are the same. It's crit rate and move speed shoes. Like that's absolutely the same, right? So you're just going to use those. The next item that I have is Breath of Fire. This item is actually really well built on a lot of strikers or ranged attackers in general. What it does is attack, max health, crit rate, and move speed. However, after using a skill, your next regular attack within 5 seconds inflicts an additional 100% attack damage. The cooldown for that is 3 seconds. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to max it out, and I'm going to use my A. And then my next attack is going to hit them with like a burst of fire. So A, there it is. Look at the damage that he's taken just from those two things, right? And he's also taking damage from hitting me himself. So it's just like not helping. Now with Aisha, you also have the Frostbitten passive, which again, watch the link in the description for that. And then you have your Cold Snap. So he's got the snap on him, and then you just freeze his booty, and then he's stuck. That's essentially how that works. The last item that I have is Dragon's Bane. It's an attack and crit rate item. If you can see the pattern, you're just dishing out damage and increasing the damage that they're taking by just having them hurt themselves. Now, reactive armor later in the game is it's not useless, but it's really sort of in the late game. So you really want to kind of get that done early on. However, that being said, it works really well on Aisha because of her skill, Snowfall Cloak, and this particular item, Frozen Cape. These three things work hand in hand together really well. They're not going to take it's a storm of damage based on those three things, but it gives you an edge. It gives you a slight bit of defense and an edge to increase the damage that you're doing. Well, guys, that's it for this particular video about her item guide. I'm about to roll out a next one, so look for that. Yo ho ho, I will see y'all in a bit.